Y'all, this is our 10th thankful episode. 10. Some years it's silly, and some it's sincere. This year was like pulling teeth. But we found lots of things to be grateful for. And we hope, especially this year, that we help you remember the good stuff. Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchin' Boutique.
We may be awful, but we're right.
2025. November of 2025. It's almost over.
I will say that it hasn't been entirely awful, but it's been kind of awful for me, and I'm glad that the year is over.
Yeah.
And maybe next year will be better.
I mean, it just, it's the never-ending shitstorm of 2025.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody has their own part of it, Some of us are getting hit with stuff that's directly related to certain other things. And some of us, things are just all happening all together, and
yeah.
I mean, a few weeks ago, I was feeling significantly more gratitude towards stuff, and now, fuck it.
Oh, I know. And I've been struggling all year to be between health problems and political issues. And yeah, it's been a rough year to find any joy outside of my bedroom. And I don't mean that in a lascivious way.
Naughty.
I mean it in like a fandom,
cheeky monkey,
like a fandom way,
Yeah.
It's like or finding joy outside of my bedroom, or finding out joy outside of like playing like the Xbox, where I can just like zone out and not even think about the real fucking world. That's what I mean.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good segue, I think, into one of the things that I'm thankful for. I mean, I don't want to have any kind of big format for this, but I think having this show to do, even though this year has required a lot more work to do the show, because the year of personal power required a hell of a lot more from us than any past year thing, And for those of, if anybody's like a reasonably new listener, I mean, like last year was the year of us, and this year's year of personal power. We've had some very, very silly yearly topics.
Yeah.
And, educational, but silly. And maybe next year we won't even have a year, because I think I want to take it easy next year. But I will say that doing the year of personal power, because right after the election last year, we started kind of talking about things, and I mean, it's all, we discussed all this in last year's Yule episode, but like coming up with the idea for how we were going to do this, being in a position where, even though we did, I apologize for taking so much time off, but it had to happen. It's very, I mean, it's weird to me looking at the episode number and being like, man, we would have been up to like 250 by now.
Yeah.
I think, we've skipped a lot, but it's having this cycle of keeping track of where we are in the year and keeping track of what's going on, and having to develop, written segments and come up with themes and come up with intentions and stuff, has been sort of emotionally, mentally helpful, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Which, honestly, it ended up, how it was affecting us personally, I think probably I hate to say it. I'm sure it affected other people, but I think us doing it because we needed it was very helpful, and it's something that I'm very glad that we did.
Oh, yeah, and for me, it was like a double thing because once I got value out of what we were doing every episode. But for me, it was beyond that because, I mean, I know that the segments that we did were not like a class and we're not a workshop and, you know.
Right.
But I miss doing those classes and those workshops and
Right.
having that focus. And it was useful for me to be able to do that again because the preparation felt the same to me as like when I would prepare to like teach a class at the bookstore or,
right,
you know, to a lesser degree, I was having a big ritual at my house and I had to be like on point and really get my shit together as far as what I was saying. You know what I mean?
right.
And so that, but it was also difficult for me too because I'm very verbose. I don't do concise well. And it was
I don't either,
little challenging for me to keep, for lack of a better word, like religion out of it.
Yes,
Because
I was going to say
me,
that, yeah.
it's part of my, dare I say, religious path.
No, it is.
So it was hard
yeah.
for me to try to keep that out of it. You know
and
what
early
I mean?
early on, you and I had to have a lot of those kinds of conversations
Yeah.
about, well, especially when we're talking about a Sabbath or something. It's
yeah, because I want to talk about...
Okay, the Sabbath means things, but
Yeah.
you have to, you're walking a line. You have to figure out which parts of this are religious and which parts of this are
Yeah, because I was writing it
psychological or something.
for a pagan audience, and it was hard for me to step back and be aware that maybe some of these people that are listening to this and getting value from this are not pagan. So I didn't want to bombard them with, you know, the god and the goddess and the mythology between the Sabbats and blah, blah, blah. And you know what I mean?
Right. And that was really important to me when it started because when I first thought of, you know, when I first had the original idea, which we, you know, built upon, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted it to be, but I knew that for me, even though I can handle some, you know, like the religious part of it doesn't bother me, but I knew that it wouldn't be useful for me. Like, I needed it to be secular because I'm not gonna ask a goddess for guidance on something.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
You know, I don't want to be like, whatever it is you do. I don't want it to sound like that. But it needed to be more practical.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Me. And so I kind of, you know, I'm fascinated by the idea of spell work, and we didn't really do much in the way of spell work, but because I think it just kind of worked out that way. However,
yeah, my intention was to, but then it's too complex and it's too convoluted and it's also not, I don't know, it just didn't seem to be, we would have to be with people and know that, to me, know that they were doing, quote unquote, the right things. You know what I mean? And you can't
you were accustomed to being in a room with people and walking them through,
exactly,
you know, putting something together.
Who were pagan. So that's...
Who were actually, yes.
Yeah, so that was a big challenge for me, but I think it was, I think it came out well. I think it was interesting. I liked the stuff I wrote, you know. But yeah, but anyway, like, I got a lot out of it, but it also took a lot.
Do you feel like being forced to kind of narrow your scope a little bit, do you feel like it gave you any insight or anything into what, like, say, what the Sabbath is, or like helped you come up with ideas you hadn't had before?
I think so, just taking it out of a religious framework.
Yeah, once you got used to
Yeah,
that
like I said,
idea.
it was
Yeah.
challenging for me, but I feel, yeah, I think it did, that I can be, especially with the group that I'm working with now here in San Jose for rituals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a regular group of, what, 5 people, sometimes 8 that come over.
Right.
I think only one of those people are actually pagan.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Um, so I've been having to learn how to do, and people are, I mean, I don't,
They're open to the ideas. They're open to doing whatever.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
do my religiosity in my
Sure.
rituals,
Sure.
and people have embraced it, and I dare say, because of the feedback that I've heard, that people have grown from it.
Sure.
But I also do a little bit, I make it a little less overwhelmingly religious, if that makes sense. So that's been,
Right.
yeah, it's been an interesting journey for me. But that
Yeah.
being said, it's been, I mean, I don't know if you realize, like, it's a lot of work for me to write and record a 3-minute segment.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have to go to my books, and then I have to write things, and I have to make sure that the card readings are right, or that the descriptions are right, and yeah, and
Yeah.
it's,
I mean,
so yeah.
I mean, most of the time I had 3 segments. I mean, every once in a while we would do some trading off on Take Action,
Yeah.
but a lot of the time I had 3, and I only went over. I mean, it was a try to not go over 3 minutes kind of thing, because
Yeah.
with 5 segments, even if we only did 3 minutes, that's 15 minutes of show,
Yeah, and I think a
and
couple of
it was
mine were,
hard.
I think a couple of mine were 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. And there's,
But,
every
you
so
know.
often I would take the whole thing, and I'll be honest, I'll take the whole thing and just uh do a little change tempo where you can just say, okay, this thing is 5 minutes long. I'm gonna tell it to make it, 4 minutes 50 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sort of squeezes, it just sort of speeds it up slightly, but not enough to hear it. And I would do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. But I will say one thing about how what we envisioned to begin with and what it became. And I think the spell work thing kind of works into that, because that was something we envisioned as being like having, once a month or once a quarter or whatever Zoom calls, and things like doing spell work or talking about those kinds of things that was kind of less during the episode and more, extracurricular.
Oh, yeah, and I would have loved that.
Yeah.
But,
And because we really
alas.
didn't get much in the way of feedback, we were begging for it all the time. But I mean, there a little bit, I've heard a little bit from a few people, but it's like, I think the people who were participating were probably too shy to stick their heads out, and I get it. But I
Yeah.
just really hope, if people got something out of it, if people personally got something out of it, we would love to, even just a little bit. Even, we're not like begging you to thank us or anything. We know how good it was for us. So
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely safe to assume that other people had benefit from it.
I hope so. I do wonder, has anybody actually done any of the journaling other than me? I don't know. But it's okay.
Do you want me to be honest? You know that every year of my life, I have intended to journal regularly. I don't seem to be able to do it. I even bought a journal that every day it asks you a very basic, like, there's like a little journal prompt. just something,
Yeah.
what, when I say this, what do you think of? Things like that. Doing that every day. It's very common for me to have to grab the book and do like 2 weeks worth all at once. In fact, I need to do that today.
I know.
I mean, and that it's I've already forgotten what it's called. It's something I bought it's made to every day has a date on it, and you start in the journal on the day that you start. You open up to that day's page, and you write, and it's like one page. Like, you don't get multiple pages to write on because every page is a new thing. And the idea is when you get to the end, you go back to the beginning, and you continue the calendar until you're done. And the idea is then you go back and read it and see, because each month has like a different kind of theme. You don't even really feel it, but if you really flip through it and look, you can see that there's a pattern to what they're doing, which is kind of what we were doing.
Yeah.
That we everything we did for a reason, because of when it was in relation to the rest of the year. And I'll be honest, I've thought about separating out that stuff and making it, even though a lot of it is very specifically to the time during this year.
Yeah.
Like, we would bring up Epstein's shit, or we would bring up Medicaid shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of it, because it is just the wheel of the year, I think it might be useful outside of the show. So I've thought about separating the stuff out and having like a separate like YouTube channel, like starting up a side channel that just has that material in it.
That would be cool. In fact, I remember at one time I was working on a project where I was writing guided meditations to go through the entire, all 22 cards of the major arcana.
Oh, wow.
And I think I got so far as the High Priestess.
Oh, God, I don't remember what number she is.
And it's like 4,
like 10 or 12?
4 or 5.
Oh,
no,
she's
yeah,
really...
it's not, yeah.
Oh, God, that's right, because you've got the Magician and the Fool, and she is kind of early. I think the Empress was what I was thinking of.
And I was really excited about it, but then I realized that somebody has already done that, and it's on YouTube.
Oh. Well,
but then I was
yours.
like, but it's not mine, and but of course my self-sabotage and my I'm not good enough, blah 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 blah, which is such bullshit, because I'm gonna toot my own horn. I will say, I was the most popular teacher in the history of Pagan Pathways.
Yeah, which was at a particular bookstore in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It was a class series that you could just sign up to teach.
And I literally broke records as far as attendance. Like, I would have a line of people to get in for my rituals.
And that came from you never even thinking about doing anything like that. Like, all of a sudden, you just kind of got a hair up your butt and decided, I think maybe I'll do a workshop on this one thing.
Yeah.
Because you were going to some and you're like, I think I could do that. And it became like your whole life for a while there.
Oh, yeah. Like, in my place where I lived, it was like the go-to place for rituals and stuff.
It helped that the landscape of that area was fucking magical.
For sure. But I had I had fans,
Sure.
I don't know, for lack of a better word, but anyway.
People drove in from other towns, to attend your services.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway,
but so I'm very, and I think it's fair for me to speak for Pitney, that we are very thankful that as much as the reason why we felt we had to do it sucked, we're very thankful that we did something that was helpful.
Yeah.
And I really think it was helpful. I think it was very helpful to me just to be in a position where I had to keep writing the stuff, and I had to keep, because thinking about it in those terms, like, trying to, like I had my sermon every episode, my little, well, that was what I always called it, my sermon. And it's like having to come up with that, and as I'm writing it, sometimes ends up being something different, but it's because I'm in the moment. This is the moment. This is what's happening right now. This is the time of year we're in. And it just sort of comes through me. And it really helped a lot. Yeah. My mental and emotional state, it helped that a lot. Despite that this year, mentally and emotionally, have been so hard. And physically.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but let's shift. Let's focus on things that were good, that we're grateful for.
You feel that? A sudden chill, a tingle down your spine?
It's not a draft, is it?
No, it's the unmistakable sign that we found them. The most terrifyingly delicious ghost stories you've ever heard.
And trust us, we've had some close calls.
We're talking haunted hallways, phantom apparitions, and things that go bump in the night. All served up on our new show, Ghost Bites.
Join us as we dig into the spectral secrets and spooky sightings that will have you sleeping with the lights on.
So if you're brave enough, come grab a bite with us.
Just try not to let it be your last.
Ghost Bites Season 1, now streaming on your favorite podcast platforms.
You have things that are silly. I have one. I don't want to waste it yet, though.
Okay, so one is the most topical, as far as time-wise.
Okay.
And this is kind of, the segue into it is kind of weird, but it's like, I am not by any means grateful that Ace Frehley died, but
yeah.
The death of Ace has been such an upheaval of Kiss fandom and Kiss related things. Like, people are coming out of the woodwork saying how great Ace was and blah blah.
Oh my
blah,
God,
blah.
yes. It's right up there with Ozzy, honestly. The level of just enormous amounts of people posting things and saying things, and it's been quite lovely. I think he would have been surprised.
Oh yeah. And
I don't think he ever really truly realized how much people love him.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, it shocked me. No pun intended.
I was just gonna say, did it make you feel better?
It shocked me.
Shocked me. Put on black leather.
Like, bitterly cried for like an hour.
Oh yeah.
When I found, because it was like a part of my, not just my childhood, but my whole fucking life was gone.
Your whole life, yeah.
But what I'm grateful for because of that, it has reignited my fandom, which is, I mean, I've always listened to the podcast and paid attention to things.
Right.
But I never listened to their records. I know, you know what I mean? It was just like I was so over it because I was so sick of it. But I have gotten obsessed again with Kiss Alive 2.
Which is your absolute favorite.
Which is my favorite and my first Kiss record ever. And it's been really, really fun to become obsessed musically with Kiss again.
Oh, sure.
Because I've always been obsessed with Kiss as far as whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the fandom. But to actually be listening to the records again, it has been a lot of fun.
Cool. Very cool.
And that is my tribute to Ace, because I'm finally real anyway.
And do you find, well, I guess with Kiss Alive too, definitely, but you find you're listening to more of like the 70s stuff.
Yeah.
As opposed to the later stuff.
Oh, yeah, because for a long time I was only listening to the non-makeup stuff.
Right.
Because
right.
I was so over the classics, you know.
I mean, yeah, how many times can you listen to Deuce?
Yeah, but now I'm like revisiting those records because of Ace's death, and it's been fun. It's been fun.
That's very cool. I definitely, I think it's weird for it to have been a positive thing, but I think it brought out good things in people, I think, is probably the best way to explain it. Very, very cool.
And it was, I mean, I wish it was unexpected. It was shocking. You know what I mean? I would have never expected. It's like, oh my God, Ace is dead. Oh my God. You know?
Right. Because I remember when we, like the headline came out that he had gone into the hospital. Like something happened at the studio. He went to the hospital. And then I didn't think anything else of it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's, when he fell, he apparently hit his head. Yeah. Like, we didn't know why he went to the hospital. He's an old guy and he fell. Like, okay. But, shit.
Yeah, so it's like, anyway, so there's that. Kiss Alive 2.
Kiss Alive 2. Fabulous.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
So what do you got?
Well, I mean, I want to bring up something that literally just kind of, we realized something yesterday. You know what I'm going to say. And I'm not going to say names, and I'm just going to say the thankful part is, and I hope he listens. So a friend told Pitney that someone else that had been a friend, was off her rocker. And
she's always been a
nutball,
but never quite like this.
She has always been. In fact, because she's always been, she is someone who has come up in conversations on our show many times over the years because she's a nutball. Mm-hmm. But this, so I hadn't. She wasn't someone I ever interacted with very much, like, say, on Facebook. But, so, the algorithm...
because you hate her.
I mean, sure. Kind of. I mean, eventually I did. I always found her... At first it was like, she's annoying, but in a fun way. And then it became, oh, man, she's really annoying. And then it became, no, fuck her. I can't take this anymore. Like, I cannot be around her. Yeah. It's just terrible. But I wasn't expecting necessarily the thing. So what happened yesterday was that Pitney texted me, and I'm like, okay, hang on, I'm pulling up the Facebook page and I'll call you. And I was scrolling through and telling him what we were seeing. Let's just say she got skinny, and then she became a Republican bitch.
Yep.
Like, out of fucking nowhere, it seemed to me. Now, Pitney knew her better, so he knew that there was always a possibility this was going to happen.
Well, because she has, as I say, struggled with Christianity her whole life.
Because of her upbringing.
Yeah. Her family are like rah-rah evangelical Republican.
Fucking Protestants. I'll just say it.
And
Protestants.
She's
Catholics are so much more laid
with
back,
that
and I know
over
people don't
the
believe
years,
me.
But somehow
yeah,
she's decided that she loves MAGA and she's against climate change and she hates DEI. And
imagine.
Even though she's married to a Mexican and has a trans son.
Yes.
But
that's
this
part
stupid
that
bitch
scares
is
the hell out
somehow
of me.
all of a sudden against DEI, and
Like, she sees no value in affirmative action or DEI or anything.
Yeah.
And she thinks Charlie Kirk had a lot of good qualities and said a lot of great things.
Oh, what got me was when you texted that thing, when you told me that thing that she had posted about Charlie Kirk, and she was like, how dare somebody say things bad that think just the way that I do?
Right, yeah.
Oh my God,
and
fuck
people
that
were
bitch.
People were like, well, he spoke often about blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, you're taking that out of context. I mean, it's like absolute MAGA to the extreme. Absolutely horrible. And it's like, oh, God damn it. I mean, but her husband is standing up to her,
And
which is nice. But it's just, I don't know. What I'm thankful for is I'm thankful that we lost touch with her.
Oh, yeah.
Long enough ago that we didn't live through all this, because whatever sad thought she was having, whatever she was being mopey about in the past, it was everyone's problem.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know, I think I've shared this on the show before, but it's funny, so it warrants saying. When we used to have our big Sunday nights at my house every week, right?
That back in the alcoholism days.
Yeah. And
I was not there. I maybe went to the first one.
Would always say, oh, well, how long is it going to take for to get drunk and start crying?
Yes.
And it was, I know that sounds terrible, but it was...
I mean, you could have probably done like a pool. Does it take 10 minutes? Is it 30 minutes?
Oh my God. It was...
closest without going over.
Well, I haven't spoken to her in several years because
she's out of her fucking
the
mind.
last encounters I had with her at my house during my birthday parties were so appalling that I was just done.
Oh God. Yeah, when you told me, oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened last week at my birthday, I was like, shit, even though we kind of knew certain things were going on in her head, but for her to act on like, it's too gross to go into. It's like, what the
we're not
fuck
going
is
to
wrong
go
with
into
you?
it. It's just like, but anyway, yeah, it was like, I haven't had any, and I remember like Darren was sort of offended because when I was visiting, and apparently they were in town in Austin, and Darren was like, oh, why don't I invite them over? You can see them. And it's like, no, I don't want to see her. I have no desire to see her. None.
Yeah.
And Darren was sort of like, oh my God, well, I already, you know what I mean? And it was like kind of
like
awkward.
Like he kind of already spilled the beans.
I have no desire. Enough said about that. But yes,
so yes, thankful for losing touch with people before things get
before they turn
absolutely
into
horrible.
MAGA stupid bitches. Yes.
I hope her adorable kid is doing well. I hope so. Her adorable kid, I don't know what his mother, their mother, I don't know. I don't know enough. But the mother may or may not be horrible to him, but the father is great.
Yep. Oh, I want divorce, and I want custody given to the father, and I want that bitch to have no contact and no money.
Yeah, let her just see how well she does.
She can go live with her evangelical cunt of a mother.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Yes. So there's that.
Or her fat-ass evangelical sister.
I mean, who knows? They might all be super skinny, because apparently, she gets multiple, I'll just say, she gets multiple, like, gastric surgeries not to lose weight. I'm like, sure. Yeah, nobody gets gastric bypass to lose weight. Nobody gets a sleeve or like all those
Oh,
different
God,
things
I
they can do to
know.
make your tummy small. Sure. Oh yeah, of course you didn't do it to lose weight. That's that. I'm sure there's legit medical reasons.
Yeah, she's like...
And now she weighs like fucking nothing.
Yeah, she's like plastic surgery gone bad. She's like Michael Jackson. Like,
she looks so
I
weird.
wanted to do this and look at how far it's gotten, and now I look horrible. You know? But
Like,
anyway.
she talks about like, well, you know, I can't, you know, now I can't eat more than a teaspoon of food a day, and I can't, you know, I'm just eating makes me sick, but it's not my fault that I'm so thin because I wish I could eat.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
bet she's still
you
drinking.
did this?
Yeah. I bet she's still drinking a 12-pack of Miller Lite.
Has to be light beer because
Because, you know, dark beer makes you fat. Anyway.
Dark beer makes you fat. And I know that's been said on the show before.
Oh, yes.
All right, hit me. Hit me with something good.
Okay, so this is just weird, but the other thing, I am really grateful for the fact that it happened because of bad circumstances, because of my knee going out.
Okay.
But I am really grateful for the fact that I am working the front end of Target now and not in fulfillment anymore.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Because who would have thought that you'd be like, oh, can I please be a cashier?
Yeah. You know, and for two reasons. One is because, you know, we all have to wear those walkies all the time when we're at work, right?
So you can be yelled at constantly.
So I can constantly hear the, you know, so Amelia, how you doing on that batch? Amelia, you need to finish that within 10 minutes even though you have 20 items left. Amelia, why is it taking you so long to find those 5 items?
Right.
And then it's like, well, you need to hurry up and finish that within 10 minutes because there's 5 more. Or the constant, well, when you finish that, you need to do the next one. And it's like, yeah, bitch, I know I need to do the next one.
Right. That's
my fucking job. Get the fuck off the walkie.
Oh my God, I'm flashing back to that brand new, just graduated from college manager, like assistant manager we had when I was at Mervyn's. And she would just come wandering over with her pristine little outfit, because she didn't work for a living. She just walked around trying to look cute. And she would come up and say, you know, you should probably start working on the blah blah. And it's like, it's done. Everything's done. You know, Saturday night. Yeah, Sunday's sales. All the stuff that needs to be on the floor on Sunday, it's already on the floor. We already did it. I've worked here for 3 fucking years. I know how to do my job. Stop coming over here and telling me what to do. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why big stores were like, I like being in little stores a lot better than big stores. Although I did like the paychecks better from big stores.
Yeah. You know, but the fucking micromanagement and having to hear that all day on the walkie.
And that's no matter who they're talking to, right?
Oh, no matter who they're talking to.
Because it's just everybody's... If they're yelling at you, everyone's hearing that. If they're yelling at some other guy...
Oh, and they're constantly looking at the team leads, at least in fulfillment.
Yeah.
Don't fucking work. They spend the whole time in the back looking at their stupid little zebra devices to see what people are doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Amelia, what you working on? Because they don't see your name listed.
Right, like I finished something, I haven't started the next one yet, and now I need to get yelled at.
I'm stocking the 100 items that the computer just said that I pulled. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's constant, and it's so fucking stupid. And I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit anymore.
And I know you are, because you've talked about it numerous times, but I know that being in the front and actually dealing with just a line of customers, one customer after another, is having you're talking to people, you're doing a job that isn't hard.
Yeah.
And you can, sit on a stool while you do it.
Yeah.
And you get to talk to people about what they bought, or you get to see what people are
Yeah,
buying.
and that's what I was just going to say. I love it. I talk to people. I have regulars that will wait in line just to come to me.
That's so great.
I have people that know me by name, that I even know their names.
Yeah. And
it's fun. And in fact, one of my regulars at work last night, she was like, well, the reason I come to you is because you're so friendly and you talk to everybody. And, some of these young people, they just look down and they just get you out and blah, blah, blah. But you actually talk to people. And I was like, can you imagine how boring it would be to stand here for 8 hours and not
just
talk and
zone out,
engage with people?
Oh my God.
It's fun. But yeah, I have a lot of regulars.
That's awesome.
That will only come to me, which I really like.
Oh, that's so fabulous.
So yeah, and who would have thought?
Who would
Because
have thought?
I thought that I liked fulfillment, but then when I was not in it, I realized how much I really hated it.
You were working way hard for really not that much money, and you were damaging your body.
Yeah.
Because it was such a physical job.
And constantly being like, well, when you finish that batch, you need to start the next one. It's like, why the fuck are you even telling me this?
Yeah. I think it's kind of like they must have some kind of a... Because it's kind of like managers, like when you have layers of management, especially, managers seem to only be working when they're in meetings, so they're constantly calling meetings. So it forces the people who are working to stop working and have to go sit in a fucking meeting. And it's like the whole this meeting could have been an email thing. It's like, well, they can't prove that they're doing anything unless they're in a meeting. And frankly, in the meeting, all they're doing is going a little round robin around everybody saying, so, what are you working on right now? How's that going? And it's like, we didn't need to do this.
Stupid. I know.
We turn in status reports every week. It's like, I don't need to tell you what I'm working on. But, oh yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I will say,
I know.
I'm going to say one thing that I'm thankful about, because it made me very happy, concerning your injury and being stuck at home and the changes and stuff with your job. I'm going to say that Pitney got to live out a Verity Noslin fantasy of, even just temporarily, of being on disability. Yes. Because there was never anything in the world that she wanted more than to have a workplace injury and be on disability.
So she could just go to cons. And that's a quote.
She could just tape things off of TV and go to cons.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's the first time when you were like, oh, I got my disability check or whatever it was. And I was just like, oh, that's so... it shouldn't be hilarious, but it is.
Yep, yeah.
Oh
and I gotta say, kudos to the state of California. Maybe it's the same everywhere.
I doubt
it. But it was easy. I just filled out a form. I called Kaiser. Kaiser sent them a form. Boom, it was approved. Boom, I got a check.
Wow.
It was great. Well, because I had all the doctor documentation, but it was easy.
Well, yeah.
And yes, I don't know if that's as easy as in other states, but I'm just going to say kudos to California because goddamn it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, because, okay, I'll just say it. I'm, in a weird way, thankful that I was forced to retire from the job that I loved, because all of the health shit I've had to deal with, I was never having to worry about, am I asking for too much time off? Do I have enough time? Like, am I going to have to spend vacation time to have more bed rest or whatever. You know, if I can't type, I can't work. It's very hard to code when you can't use your hands. Yeah, it's a weird thing to be thankful for,
Yeah.
but I am thankful that the timing of it, I literally got my cancer diagnosis a week before my last day when I had to turn in my stuff. My last working day was a week after I got my diagnosis. And there was no reason to tell work. I mean, you know, a couple people knew, but it was like, nah, they don't. They're not going to be wondering why I'm taking so much time off. They don't need to know shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but yeah, it's a weird thing to be thankful for, but yeah, I could lay down and heal and go to constant doctor's appointments. I mean, when you're on radiation, you're going to the doctor every day, like Monday through Friday. And then you have your weekend off, and then every fucking day. That would have been so hard to do with work. God. Ugh.
See, and then you had all day to sit and watch Kiss videos in bed. Which you probably never did once, did you?
No.
But that's what I would have done. Or that's what I did.
What did
I watched
watch?
Kiss videos, and I played video games. Well, I was
like,
laying there with my legs straight out and up the pillows.
I remember what I watched when I was recovering from my hysterectomy. But I don't remember what I watched. I think I often end up being like, okay, I'll just watch this documentary about, you know, Jerry Springer or some weird shit. Like when I had my hysterectomy, I watched a documentary about Morton Downey Jr. Do you remember Morton Downey Jr.?
Yes, I do. Oh my god.
Young people would have no idea, but I swear, just look on, I think it's on Netflix. Look up Morton Downey Jr. But not right after you hear this, because of course, you're going to go dark for a week and you're not going to stream shit. At least for the better part of the week. Oh man, dude, like the day that they drop the first chunk of Stranger Things, we are binging it all as fast as we possibly can. And I haven't counted how many hours it is. There's 8 episodes, and most of them are longer than an hour. Because this could be 3 or 4 seasons if they had to limit their time. But they're a bit like, hey, if an episode has to be 2 hours long, oh well. But we're gonna watch it all, and then we're just gonna turn the TV off, and we're just gonna have, you know, for like a week, we're just gonna read and have music on, and it'll be so nice.
Well, that sounds fabulous.
It'll be very weird.
That sounds fabulous.
We might even have a conversation.
Yeah, that would be a good thing.
Because TV's not on.
That would be a good thing. But anyway, that's really all I have.
And
there
me
hasn't
too.
been a whole hell of a lot this year that I'm like, oh my god, this is so great. You know what?
This year, I mean, things that would have normally could have been good are mostly things that didn't happen. Like, you know, not going to Frightmare, not going... I mean, I'm thankful that you were already planning on coming here to house sit and dog sit for me, so that when we decided not to go to Frightmare, it was like, well, Pitney's coming and we're just going to hang out for a week.
Yeah.
And we made it, you know, we didn't like run all over town, and you didn't tell anybody you were coming, so that nobody would try to fill up all your time. And it was just, God, that week was great.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was fabulous. Yeah.
I might have to, maybe after we're done with this, I may have to watch our cooking video.
And I got to have puppy time, which I was very excited by. Puppy time.
Puppy. You know, Puppy, okay, I'm gonna say this as quickly as possible, because the reason why we're looking for a temporary other foster situation that might be like, it might be almost 2 weeks. I'm trying to figure out exactly how long he's going to be there. We're working that out. But, because my house is 20 years old, so we decided to have a bunch of stuff checked. And we're going to have someone come, an engineer's going to come with some sort of fancy-ass radar thing to actually be in the house and radar the floor and the foundation and everything, because there's a possibility, a high probability, of there being an actual crack in our foundation that you can't fix without going to where it is. And so it's his job is to figure out where it is. And that means ripping up carpet, destroying tile, jackhammering in the house. So Puppy, it was like we had 2 possible plans, but ideally the plan is for him to have a temporary foster with someone else, and that would be someone else who has at least one other dog, because all the fosters are full.
Oh.
We have no fosters that aren't already
Will he
fostering
deal
somebody.
well with that?
That is what we're going to work out. You know, the plan, we had actually planned on having like a meetup, like trying to pair him with another dog that's not really reactive or whatever. Someone who's not going to, if they don't lunge at him, I really think if another dog doesn't lunge at him, that he'll be okay. Like if he's not getting a weird vibe.
Maybe he would sniff and be playful and...
Exactly.
You know.
I think it's very possible. And because all the experience we have with him with other dogs has been fence fighting stuff.
Yeah.
And he did have a full-on fight with one dog that busted through the fence, and so Loki busted through the hole that other dog created and went in their yard, and they were... Luckily,
I mean, it's not funny, but it's just like, oh god.
It definitely made the neighbors
of course
on that side.
Happened. Oh god.
It made them go, oh, I guess this is kind of a problem. I guess when they say we don't like it when that dog is there, because it's not their dog. That's the other thing. Someone brings a dog over all the time and they stick it in the backyard, and then we have to walk our dog just so he can go pee and poop.
Yeah.
Because he can't go in our own backyard. We're also replacing a fence. That also costs a lot of money. I can't even go into how much money we're about to spend.
Yeah.
Please, God, don't let them find a crack. Please let it just be, oh, you lucked out. We don't have to do this inside the house. We can just level the house and do things from the outside. Please, God.
Yeah, you never know. It could.
Because it basically means I can't put up the Christmas tree. We're not doing anything Christmas because we're literally going to be taking all my vintage Pyrex, all the stuff out of the upper cabinets to box them up and put them on the other side of the house, because that side of the house is going to be vibrating like crazy.
Yeah, you're going to have, it's going to be like the earthquake. You know?
It's going to be so horrible. And it's like, I'm just going to be like wearing a, N95 mask probably the whole time, just to try and keep stuff from dust and shit from going into my lungs. It's just.
I mean, I know you can't, but I like the idea of you just going to stay at your dad's and just not dealing with it. But I know
staying at my dad's. The last time I had to stay at my dad's, it was very. It was more triggery than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So. Yeah, I don't need that. I
well,
mean,
you could just fly. You could just fly out and stay here.
Well, and the fun part about staying at my parents' house is that I can't even stay in my old room, because the second I moved out, my room got turned into an office.
Oh.
The other bedrooms remained bedrooms.
Well, there you go.
I cannot stay in my own room.
Whereas I am in my childhood
You're
room right
Yes.
now.
Which still, I mean, granted, it looks very different.
And it's okay.
You know, you had to do some serious painting and shit to make it not look anything like. But yeah. I mean, still has Kiss posters and stuff around.
Of
but
course,
it's, you know,
yes. And it's growing. My Kiss wall is growing. So.
Oh, the good old days.
Yes.
Anyway, so we hope that everyone listening, because we know that everybody is having difficulty this year, and maybe you're also having trouble deciding on what am I actually grateful for. I mean, even if all you're grateful for is I'm grateful it's not worse.
Yep. Or
But every time you try to think, oh, it couldn't get worse. Oh, yeah, it can. Yeah. Hey, we could be Clay Higgins from Louisiana, the one guy who said, "No, don't release the files." I mean, my fantasy. I know we weren't going to talk about politics, but my fantasy is that everyone in the House of Representatives hates that guy, and so all the Republicans told him, "Oh yeah, we're going to vote no. Oh yeah, we're voting no," and then he had no idea. Because I don't think they did it as a roll call vote. I think they just, pushed the button.
Oh, he's such an asshole.
I mean, he's gross anyway. Like, look him up. He's awful. But I just feel like, kind of like how in the Senate nobody likes Ted Cruz. I just feel like he's like the Ted Cruz of the House of Representatives, and everyone hates him. And they all tricked him into voting no because, like, it was a big shock. I mean, it should have been unanimous in a just world. It would be.
Oh,
unanimous,
I know, but he's such an asshole.
It made me laugh. I'm like, oh, one guy, huh? Oh Lord.
I know.
I mean, there's so many. Anyway. Happy Thanksgiving season.
Yes.
And so we'll have one more show this year. We'll do a kind of a wrapping up the year by kind of yuling it again.
Yeah.
Not completely yuling. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But then we're gonna take a couple weeks off and we'll start new next year.
Yep.
With the year of resting.
Something. Yes.
Yes. Oh, gobble gobble.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchin' Boutique sticker. Everyone loves stickers.
Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at PitneyAndAmelia@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you. Because
dark beer makes you fat. Anyway.
Dark beer makes you fat.